Karibuni, welcome tuelimishwe kwa masuala ya jamii, tutumbuizwe sana mbalimbali, tujuzwe juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, hapa duniani kwa familia nzima.
Good evening. My name is Lee Kuyani, and this is Against All Odds. As always, it is a pleasure bringing you this program every single Sunday as we get to tell stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. My guest tonight is not a disappointment because her story is like any other. Her story touches on the visions and missions of human beings, which include love, success, among any other. So what happens when the very, very hope you have and holding on to shatters right in front of your eyes, and not even what we believe as Africans or human beings that babies could actually save a marriage? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the story we are listening to tonight, and my guest is more than pleasured to share with you her story. This is Against All Odds. Good evening, Josephine. How are you doing tonight?
Evening to you, Ellie. I'm doing fantastic. And it is such an honor to be live here with you to share my story. I'm so excited. I hope it's going to touch your life. It's going to educate. It's going to inspire. Yes.
Definitely. We wish and hope that that is going to be the story that will change people's perspective. Sorry, I'm trying to levelize my microphone lapel, which is giving me trouble. I hope I'm not shouting into your ears. Thing is, I mean, you and I have had this discussion earlier before as we were setting up to come here. Just give us a quick introduction of who you are and what you do.
Okay, thank you. So first and foremost, my name is Josephine Omboe, aka Miss Boom. Miss Boom is my nickname. That's a story for another day. Why Boom? Most people ask me why Boom. I am a daughter to the most amazing parents on this planet by an amazing woman, a beautiful woman by name Jacinta N. Kamau, and by an amazing dad by name Francis Kamau. They have raised me well and they're still alive, and I thank God for every opportunity to have them. I'm also a mom to 3 adorable, beautiful children. I mean, I would die for them. Their daughters, one is Jasmine Myra, the other one is Jess Maya, and the little one that is now 9 months, she's Giada Mercy Milan. I'm also a businesswoman. I am a owner of now Boom's Kitchen. I'm also a co-owner of EJ's Bites. I have partnered with my friend Enid. She's also my niece. On top of that, I am a singer, songwriter, and actress. I mean, I juggled up so many things. And I'm born again. I'm a Christian and I'm also born again. So in a nutshell, that's what makes me. Yes, I'm a sister to one Mercy Nyambura. I'm also a sister to Thomas Kamau, to James Owero. Yes.
Wow. That's such a resume. I mean, both privately and including your, whichever other aspects of life you deal in. So, Josephine, talking to you, there's something that spikes me. It's the light in your face and the fact that you smile a lot. But Behind that
Exactly.
smile, there looks to be a story that is supposed to make us
Yeah.
listen. So tell me something about your university. I'm not interested in which primary school you went to, because getting to know you, I know much about your university days. So what happened during university, and what
Mm,
has it made you become who you are tonight, Josephine?
okay. Okay, thank you. So, why my university life is very fundamental to my present life today is because of the few things that went down while I was there. I joined Maseno University. We used to call it its only campus actually on the equator. It still is. I joined the creative department. It was called the creative arts department or the performing arts department. I did theater and music, but I majored in theater. And I joined in the year 2010. I hope I'm right, 2010. And immediately I joined in, there was, I'm one person who was born with the spirit of wanting to look for an extra coin. And immediately I remember the very first week I had gone to a salon. I wanted to do my nails, and I realized there was no one to do my nails. So I told the lady at the salon, "Can I just come in and be doing this for you?" And she was so thrilled. She was like, "Ah, you want to do this?" And that's when I started earning an extra coin. So taking you through, immediately students started knowing me. They were like, "There's something different with you." And I have to mention that is something I've had since I was small. I'll meet people and we'll talk and they'll be like, "There's just something about you," which up to date, I always want to know, what is this people keep telling me there's something about you. So most of my friends encouraged me to try the Miss Maseno, which I did. That was in first year. So that was one of the big things I did when I was in campus. I tried Miss Maseno. I was second runners up, and it gave me a chance to at least interact with people, go to events, and I'm able to connect with people who are with big ideas. And then I remember during the following year, we had Miss University Kenya, Miss University Africa Kenyan chapter, that is supposed to be participated by Miss Universities. Okay, so like if it's Miss Maseno, the Miss Maseno is supposed to participate. But I remember the dean of students called me and he was like, I don't know why, I believe in you so much, so that even if I'm only supposed to take Miss Maseno, I also want you to go. I want you to participate in this. And for me, that was a huge thing. I was like, wow, I was not even first runners up or second runners up, but my dean felt I need to do this. So I participated in Miss University Africa Kenyan chapter. Unfortunately, I didn't get into the top 10, but it was also a very great chance for me. Now, moving forward, that was in second year. Mind you, all along, I'm having my side hustles. I would like go to the market and buy tops, I would buy clothes, I would sell to students, I would sell to lecturers, I was always on the move. It's not like I'm lacking, like I don't have money for this or my parents cannot afford, but it's just a drive in me. I wanted to, do something extra. When I got in third year, I remember our department, there was a chance to go to Dar es Salaam for some workshop, and my lecturers they never even used to struggle getting the list. Like, who are the people who need to go immediately? Josephine, and then now they can look for the others. I mean, I'm not bragging, but it was the case because they always told me, we like your confidence. There's always something about you. If you guys are
Hmm.
working as a team and Josephine is there, things will move somehow. Well, I
Hmm.
believe so. So I had a chance to go to Dar es Salaam. Then
Yeah.
immediately when I came back, a week after that, in fact, when I came back, I was working on my visa. I had gotten a chance to do my exchange program in Finland. That was in Europe.
Wow.
Now, before the journey to Europe, there's something I need to mention. I had just gotten a boyfriend at that point,
Wait,
yes.
wait, wait, wait. That's a very juicy part. So before we get to
Yes.
the boyfriend story, allow me to welcome everybody that is watching us online, live on Facebook, the Arts in Heart, Facebook, responding to live, among other groups that we have on Facebook, which include the Tina Kagia page, and of course on YouTube, the Arts in Heart official. So let me just welcome Godi Segero, who is telling me, welcome to the show, Stephanie Atieno and Dali Segero. Okay, watu wanafurahishana hapa chini. Ellie, you looking good in pink. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you so much. I try. We were trying to have a competition with with Josephine, who told me she's coming in ready to take the plot. I told her, you didn't try me yet. And true to that, I can tell Frida got the notice. Very beautiful. That is Achiboy Teacher. Wow. Some names are difficult to pronounce, but who am I?
Yours is
Frida again
difficult.
says, Nico Harper, good to see you, Josephine. Maseno alumni representing. Okay. Hawa ni wenye walienda shule, wengine wetu tulipitia. Winnie Kinyua, who tells me, I'm here with you girls, speak out and build lives. Lilian Okendo, says, hi, they are long time early. Definitely, you've been hiding. You deserve to come and tell your story. Against all odds. We have Imani Joely, who says, you are beautiful. I believe that's you, Josephine.
Oh,
I'm not
you.
in between that bracket, okay? And we have Mekong, the names there. Anasema tuned. Tumeingia kwa mpigo. That is by Godi, one of our own producers. Thank you so much, Godi, for making this happen, actually. And we have Waithaka John, who says, I would have no regrets. Presently, I'm prepared. Know what's happened beyond my expectations. Okay, what will happen? He was answering to the question. We have Vicky Kemei Dalton, who says, hi, darling. Wow. Nakwambia hapa maneno inatoka ni maneno kumtoa nyoka pangoni. Hello, beautiful. How are you, Vicky MC? We have got Stephen Munari, who tells me, good evening to you. Good evening back to you, sir. And we have Kasabun Wamnyota, who says, just it is okay. Okay, sawa sawa. Manzi Greg, karibu sana. Trisha, Tina, showing some love. And we have Magomero Gilbert from the men's den, who says, intro mambo beard. Well, that is it for now. Let's see what we have in store for you. But before we do that, allow me to bring you up to speed with what is happening. Remember the other day, that is on Friday, these two Mero brothers were laid to rest, and it's been such a sad story around the country, and we have everybody that is caring and saying, we need to ask for justice. As we ask for justice, my clarion call for everybody is, it is our country, and we need to take and hold people accountable. I mean, in a span of 1 week, having 6 young men with a bright future dying, whereas the country is looking as though nothing happened, deserves the attention of all of us. So we say justice for the Kianja Koma brothers and the rest of fallen soldiers, I will call them, that have been murdered in one way or another by those ones in power, and of course the neighbors that are supposed to be taking care of them. So let's shift gears and find out, why is it even important as a parent to have a child, and how did this affect the life of this young lady that is speaking to us about her boyfriends. But before that, we take a short break. Whenever we speak of great achievers, we tend to use phrases like, they've come from far, they started from the bottom, or they did a lot to get to where they are. Lifted on kevintini.com.
Ai, Njeri, ni wewe ulipika njahi na gas? Mbona ukakaranga matumbo pia? Ukaongezea na kupika githeri? Sasa gas imeisha, tufanyaje? Usijali, tunakuletea makaa. Makaa inawaka bila gas, bila mafuta taa, pumzi ya kupuliza tu, ama gazeti ya kupepeta. Makaa inapika paka mawe. Makaa, hata mamako anajua makaa. Makaa. Gasi ni ya pizza na vitu vya heshima.
That is Mwema Nzomo here telling me makani ya kupika vitu za. So, in case you want to vote for Mwema Nzomo, he's been nominated for the Sondeka Award. So get and log on to sondekaawards.org/vote. Look out for Fused, that is the band that he has actually produced some very nice music with. And of course, Nzomo Pictures is the name under the creative section. Get there and see what you're gonna do. Vote for our brother. Let's make him take these two here to Heart in Heart and of course to Nzomo Pictures. Yes, I am joined by Josephine Wambui, who tells me she went to school, looked for education, got business ideas, and then just before she was about to go to Maju, the obsession of a boyfriend happened. Josephine, tell me, huyu mu boyfriend ni nani na alikufanyia nini?
Well, boyfriend came along for whatever, for other purposes. Let me not just mention the name.
I would like to know the purposes actually.
The purposes.
Yeah.
Because I believe, I don't know, if it was me and someone was giving a story where I'm involved and I'm not aware, I don't think I want my name mentioned. It's just
well,
anyhow.
let's since last week I've been having a lot of Kevo stories happening. Kevo came along. What happened to Kevo?
Kevo came along, but for lack of better name, I feel like he's better than Kevo.
Fine. Let's downgrade him to Brayo.
Brayo Kevo wote wanakwanga WhatsApp moja, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But what happened? Actually, in my lifetime, rather like for the 3 years in campus, I was just a single girl doing my thingy and not concerned. Of course, I wouldn't have minded to have a boyfriend, but for some weird reason, it was not on my top priorities. And then again, there was the issue of guys looking at you like, you Miss Maseno, what? So kidogo wanaona huyu hatuwezani. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? I'm just saying that maybe I didn't get a chance to date for those 3 years, but a chance came and someone is in the picture and I'm seeing, someone is giving me attention. I'm getting some attention that I was not used to, and we're getting close. And before I knew it, one thing led to another. And of course, in my mind, I concluded this is my boyfriend. And I would, of course, try to start a conversation and I want to know where are we? And from what the answers he would give me, well, ladies, we are very good at reading between the lines. So I would assume.
I know that story of where are we? There's a time we're asking
exactly.
here Heart in Heart, who are we?
Exactly.
Like, yes, who are we?
Yeah.
Great.
Who are we?
So where were you?
Yes, where we were, I really never would get a straightforward answer like, you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend. But the answer I would get would give me some hopes that we somewhere there. You know what I'm saying? But I was really fighting against the guy who had a big name in school and, of course, has attention from ladies. So I was always in friction in terms of, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to squeeze in myself. I'm like, yo, this is my guy, And I'm also feeling the attack, even if it's not direct. I can feel that there are people who are not so happy with me. I could feel it so much, but I was
I will equally not be very happy being Miss Maseno, second runners up, and you having this guy that's getting all the attention, and you're getting ready to go to Finland. I would be jealous. Was jealous a problem in this case?
Yes. And Eli, I must say, before I knew it, I was pregnant. So I wasn't
no. You can't skip that part. How did you know not?
It was that fast. What you see, I
was
it
an ATM? You just went money out.
No, no, you see, like through the struggles of trying to know where we are and assuming we're dating, and actually looking at it, I was so sure I was dating. My friends knew, they're like, oh, you're dating this guy. And I was like, yeah, we are. We're trying things, you know. And it was a very a very short time, I would say, that we had known each other. And before I knew it, I was pregnant because, of course, I would go spend in his place, and he was actually the first guy I had spent in the hostels my whole lifetime in Maseno. And well, one thing led to another, and I was pregnant. But I had not discovered I was pregnant because I was so sure, you know, I was like, yeah, I got this. I'm taking care of myself. So when I did my calculations, even when I had gone to Tanzania, that's in Dar es Salaam, I was also pregnant, but I didn't know. But I remember feeling, you know, nauseated. I was struggling with a few morning sicknesses here and there, but I was not even concerned. I was just thinking it's the environment, I've just changed the weather. And but when now I learned that, what happened is when I came from there, I was getting really sick. And I was also at the same time I'm trying to work on my visa. So I had like 2 weeks. So one week I decided to go home to my parents. My parents are from Embu, yeah, from where the two brothers were that passed on. So I mean, it's really
Unfortunately.
close to my heart. Yeah. So I went to Embu, and I needed to, you know, like hang out with my parents as we share of how I'll be away, and we were all excited about that. But it was not a very, exciting moment because I was just sick the whole entire time. And I decided to go to the hospital. And I remember I went to the hospital in Shag. And when I was giving the guy what I'm feeling, I was so sure it's the things I was eating in, because it's the time we went to Zanzibar
Of
and they have
course,
very
you
hot
ate some
stuff.
things. The problem is, where did you eat them? They were giving you stomach discomfort. I mean, how can you just eat a whole sugar cane? What happened to you? Takupea
Oh my
ugonjwa
God.
ya kisukari.
So maybe I fed on so many things, and I was so sure
Yeah.
it's whatever I
And you
fed in
traveled out
that.
country. There are a lot of
Yeah,
mosquitoes here and there. And then you went to Mama Nitilie. Clearly,
eh,
ulitiliwa vizuri.
wow. I told
Okay,
the
fine.
guy,
You are there.
I
You've
think,
given the
I think,
symptoms. What happens?
yes, the guy now, I tell him, I'm suspecting I was in Dar and I also visited Zanzibar and we're eating a lot of hot stuff and I have issues with
Mm,
Nini, acidity and all that. So I'm
mm,
very sure it's that. I'm even the one who's telling the
mm,
doctor. So he
mm.
immediately wrote for me some drugs for, you know, acidity. And I was supposed to take them for 5 days. Yes, and
Was
I
that
went
a
home
doctor or was
Saturday.
this a street guy again? Because you just met one in Dar and now you're meeting another one in Nairobi who tells you all these
Yes,
symptoms are looking like acidity.
they were all acidity, and I told this guy, yo, just write me some acidity meds there. I know I'll be good. So me, I go home. The following day, I come back to Nairobi. I have so much things to do. Then when I get to Nairobi, I am now super sick. I went to my sister. I remember that time I was actually climbing some stairs and I almost fell down. Luckily, I was with my sister, and she told me, young lady, you need to go and see a doctor, a serious doctor in this time. So the
This
first thing
other
I
guy
went
you are
to,
saying is just an example of a doctor, but it's
this,
okay.
you know,
He gave you
that was
acidity
homework.
medication to deal with biological problems. That's okay.
I'm telling you. So I went to see a serious doctor this time, and it was a lady, she was a gyna, and listening to me, all this time I am so naive. Mind you,
Mhm,
personally, I am so naive. I am so
mhm,
sure maybe I'm having some infection, something. Something is just not
mhm.
okay with me. So she
Very
sent
serious
me to
infection.
yes, serious infection. So she did she wrote for me some tests that I went and did at Aga Khan. And
Mhm,
I remember I had 3 tests to do, but the guy doing at the lab, he only did one test.
One.
And that one test, he called me. I remember it was like an ultrasound. It wasn't actually, oh no, I did one test and then the other one was like an ultrasound. And then
Mhm.
the old guy was actually an old guy. He called me now and then he funny ultrasound in my lower
Experience.
whatever. Yes.
Experience.
And
Don't
then, and
play
then
with experience and age. Okay.
then he tells me, young lady, he pulls me closer to the screen. He tells me, come here. I just want to show you what's going on with you. And he tells
Mhm,
me, are you having some? Now, this guy had some very funny pronunciation because he
mhm.
said, I have some early pregnancy.
Oh,
So,
you are
me in my head, I'm
pregnant.
wondering, yeah, he said pregnancy. So in my head, I'm wondering what infection is that? Because he told me, and me, I'm startled. I'm like, what is
All
pregnancy?
this time you cannot even connect
It's
these
not
problems that
hitting
you're
in
having with
my head.
acidity and pregnancy.
It's not hitting me. I'm even wondering, is this treatable in Kenya or what are we supposed to do now?
To
Then he
fly
tells
India.
me,
No, twende
yes,
Finland.
now I'm even
Tutibiwe huko.
thinking of how to contact my people. Then he shows me on the screen and he tells me, he tells me, now this is the heartbeat, as you can see, the heartbeat. I'm like, wait, what? Heartbeat? He tells
For who?
me,
For
yes,
where?
then he tells me congratulations, and as we can see the features in now 6 weeks. So congratulations, I'm so happy for you. So you start taking care of yourself. Do you know? I was like frozen. I had a brain freeze for like I think like 5 minutes
I
before
think that's the
it came.
moment. That's the moment,
Yes.
Josephine, you started singing, let it go, because there's a frozen moment.
Yes, yes, I'm like, the cold never bothered me anyway. So so I left the clinic. I was so shocked. In fact, after I came back to reality, while seated there, I remember I laughed. Have you seen someone who is stoned, someone who's high on weed or something? By the way, it looked like I was high on something because I laughed. And that guy looked at me. And I was
Dopamine
so, by the way,
100% full.
I was not even faking it. I could feel some sense of humor inside of me. I was like, I can't believe all this time I am carrying another human being inside of me and I'm busy treating acidity and all that. So anyway, moving forward, I informed the dad, and to my surprise, he was like, "What do you want?" And I told him, "Well, from the way I have grown up, I value life, and may I want to keep my child. It might be the wrong timing, but I mean, I'm game. I'm here. I'll carry my child. I want to take care of this child." And he said, "I'm going to take care of the child. I'm here for you. I support your decision." I mean, and that was the best answer a lady want to hear, you know. And it made me feel so encouraged, and I felt at least there's someone there. I talked to my family. Of course, at that time, they'll show me, I mean, Josephine, we're here for you. Of course, I know they were worried as hell. Later, I came to learn that my mom was so worried. But at that time, she was like, okay, I'll support you, whatever you need. You know, my sister, my lovely sister, was always there, you know, telling me whatever you need, advice, you need, what. So I felt some warmth around me. Okay. And I was so surprised because that is not what I was expecting. I was expecting some, you know, how could you do this? How could you, you know, I was at least expecting that from maybe 1 or 2 people here and there. But I was so sure my mom, my sister, my dad, because I've known them, I knew I would expect some support. So now early 10 came. Yeah, 10 came, and I now had to fly out. I couldn't dare mention that to my department because I was like, if I mention this,
You cannot be
my
traveling
journey
with
will
pregnancy. What was the name again?
pregnancy. You got it right.
Early pregnancy.
You got it right. How will I go and tell my, you know?
Before we go to pregnancy and the department, let's find out for everybody that is joining us. Remember, we are sharing the story of Josephine Wambui, and everybody has a story to tell. What is yours? It's you to decide how it's going to end. So we have Makomere again following all the way in the US, Oklahoma. Thank you so much, sir, for following. And he's tagging along friends. Yeah, we love it when you tag along friends. But remember, the hashtag is against all odds. If you want, art in heart. Yes, Judy, thank you so much for following and being part of the conversation. We have Frida who says, Josephine rather, I remember us gossiping how pregnant you were. Aki, here you are. You see, apparently yours became the news of the campus. Nyinyi mnajuana vizuri sana. Sarah Njonjo says, thank you Sarah for joining. Nilikuwa na kutafuta kwa ile nyingine ya red naja huko. Okay, hapo sijashikanisha kidogo, but I will follow later. You know, sometimes they use coded language. They are conversing among themselves. Oh, ni tent wanatafutiana. Eli, naona ni kama utajoin gossip corner. Wewe, respect the OG. Corner ya girls talk, because the way Mushene can't pass you bwana. A nice show, Caroline. says nice show na anasema ako ndani. Sara Njonjo, niko hapa kwa tent ya yellow. Oh, now you see the conversation, the way it's going. Okay, fine. Winnie Kinyua, karibu sana. We have Caroline Isa. Thank you so much for joining. And we have, of course, yes, everybody else that is here, including Irene Shiko, says, tuned in. Awesome to see you here. Josephine, what's your skincare routine? Josephine, somebody's asking that. We'll find out what is her skincare routine. Anaweza kuona kando because we tunaongea na Miss University second runners up. Usi mtu wa kuchezewa. So meanwhile, head on to that is onto somdekaawards.org and find this man there. His name is Mwema Nzomo, and he's doing the online content nominee of 2021. If you so love what he does on Adinat and across all his social media platforms, that is Mwema Nzomo Pictures, find him, vote for him, and make sure he bags it home. Remembering there is also a production he did with Fused, the band. You gonna vote for that, and let's bring this home. So I'm going to take a moment. We take a very quick break. And when we come back, we are going to address the very, very serious issue of what happened when the cookies get crumbled.
Welcome to Elimishwe kwa maswala ya jamii. Tutumbuizwe sana mbalimbali, tujuze juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, kwa hapa duniani kwa familia nzima.
Oh, yeah, baby mpenzi, wajua kweli furaha unazonipatia, naandika barua hii kusema you're the only one my heart will true desire. Nishike mkono nidekeze baby, promise utawahi niacha na nitakuwa wako baby milele. Boy, you give me love, baby, you're my son, let me a baby. Oh, you got me feeling just fine. I like when you hold it tight, I can touch the sky, blow my mind, calm night, make me feel fine. Nakupenda, 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 nakupenda. Yani tuwe milele, tujenge na wewe. Baby, don't leave, I will give you what you need. Boy, you give me love, boy, you want my son, let me a baby. Oh, you got me feeling just fine. I like when you hold it tight, I can touch the sky, blow my mind, count nine, make me feel fine. Boy, you give me love, baby, you're my son, let me a baby. Oh, you got me feeling just fine. I like when you hold it tight, I can touch the sky, blow my mind, count nine, make me feel fine. Nakupenda, 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 nakupenda.
And yes, we are back. That is Nakupenda by one and only Lisa Lianga. You remember she was here on the creative space. So go to YouTube, find out her music, and let us know what you feel about what she does over there. So we are back. Sorry, wrong camera. We are back and we are talking to Josephine Wambui, who tells me alikuwa amejipanga akasema she's not going to tell a thing about her current pregnancy situation to the department. Josephine, karibu sana. You know why I call that name like that, Josephine? It's a royal name when you are here in Belgium. So don't worry if I'm trying to pronounce it the way it is. And you deserve
No,
all the royalty, Her Majesty. Twende
thank you.
Finland.
Thank you. Yes, actually, I like it pronounced like that. I was teaching my daughter in the morning how to say Josephine, and see, you're in the spirit.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so now I have decided to zip it. Thank God the womb is, I mean, the stomach is still small because, I mean, 6 weeks, no one will tell.
Mhm.
And I'm off to Finland. So I went to Finland with we were 2 students. There was another student, Olive.
So you
and she
actually
was
got the visa?
Yeah, I already had my
Like,
visa.
duh.
Like, duh, I'm Josephine.
Um,
Do you know who I am?
royalty. Yeah.
So, so I had the visa. We were 2 students chosen by the department. One was a first year and I was a third year. So I remember actually to the airport, my brother took my younger brother called James, who we're very close, he's a very good buddy of mine, took me to the airport. And what else happened at the airport? Yeah, I was just me and my brother. My sister had already, she had already, because she travels a lot, she had already chanuaed me and told me, what to do, what to expect. So, I mean, I was good. I was ready for this. So I went to the airport and we boarded the plane and we were off to Finland, not turning back. Maju tunakuja. So I remember it was the longest flight of my life because
I believe
the
you.
nausea, my God, the nausea. This is when I learned I was pregnant. All this time, I didn't know I was pregnant. I could not eat anything. I could not eat anything. Let me tell you something. In life, you find yourself longing for something so much. I always wanted to travel. I always wanted to be on a plane. I always saw the food being served. I'm thinking, if I get a chance, I'll eat. I'll do what? Guess what? There is the opportunity. I am so sick like crazy. I don't even want to see that food. I'm so sick. And then we get to some, is it altitude? Where now it decides to be cold. You're freezing. At the same time, I'm feeling nausea.
The fleece blanket ain't helping.
Honey, it was not fun. So anyway, it was kind of fun being in the air, that's all. But I mean, I was sick. Then the first airport where we landed was Amsterdam. Trust me now, this time I'm even wondering, when am I ever getting to a real house? I want to be on a bed and sleep. That is what I'm thinking right now. But I have to look like I'm alive. And remember, we are only 2 students. We have no idea where we're going, but at least we know there are people waiting for us on the other side. So we get to be in Amsterdam. Right now, your Kenyan SIM card can call no one. So
my Wi-Fi and above. If you have no Wi-Fi, I don't know UI people. Some people say Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi. I don't care. Call it as you wish. Twende kazi, your SIM card.
So we get to Amsterdam, then we get our plane to where? To Tampere. Tampere is the capital city of no. Helsinki.
Helsinki, yeah.
Yes, Helsinki is the capital city of Finland. So we get to, but we really stayed at Amsterdam because I think we got there around 5 or something. We stayed for so long so that we get out the plane to go to Helsinki. And from there, we took a train to a town called Seinäjoki. Seinäjoki, that is where now, yes, that's where we were going. We're now residing at Seinäjoki. Now, all this time, I'm feeling so much nausea. I now want to spit. I'm like, I am in the Western world. People don't spit here. So I'm going to tell you something disgusting that I did. I was having a scarf around my head. I love
disgusting stuff. How disgusting was it?
This is how disgusting it was.
In case you're eating, switch off the TV, then come back after 30 seconds. Okay, let's go.
No. So I have a scarf around my neck. I really want to spit. I cannot spit in this train. It is so clean. So I decided I'm going to spit on my scarf. So all along I was spitting on my scarf. Then when we alighted at Seinayoki, it was even snowing because it was the winter was coming to an end. I remember I realized something knocking me. I'm wondering, what is this knocking me? It's the saliva that I've been spitting that it got it like condensed, it can freeze, and now it's a stone. So it's it was knocking my chin all along.
Oh Jesus, you must have had the whole liter of saliva there. But there are those spit bags in the flight. Why didn't you take yourself one?
No, that was in the train now. At the flight, I was using them, but in the train, I needed somewhere to spit.
You do a takeaway next time, right? Next time you get yourself in a pregnant position, take a takeaway from the flight.
Yes. So anyway, moving forward, we welcome, and it was still tough going for classes. It was winter, it's snowing, and what was so unfortunate about me is that now I'm not enjoying my stay in Finland because I am unwell. What else that got me not enjoy is because my mind is still at home. Remember, I have a boyfriend at home. I mean, in school because I was still in session. So
boyfriend.
Yes.
We call them Omo boyfriend when they are still not yet ripe. We call them Omo boyfriend.
Thank you. So I am it's like I have CIDs out here checking out on him. I need to know he's with who, who's doing what, like, oh my God. The things that
you hired a whole department of detectives.
Man, remember who I was? So I had people checking out on him here and left, right, and center. And all I could do is get updates. He's with who, he's with who, he's with who. And most of the time I was just, I was crying. I was frustrated. I have to keep checking on him. He's online. Why is he online? Why is he not talking to me? Such kind of things. So it ended up to be a very frustrating stay for me. But of course, there was a fun part of it, being out there, just experiencing a whole new world. But I must say,
making your own snowballs in your scarf.
No, it was only once. It was only that one time. We didn't do it again. So by the time it was coming to end, man, I was so thin. I had lost so much weight. And then I looked malnourished. I remember there was a time our head of department came over to see us. And the moment she saw me, she was like, "What is wrong with you? Are you not eating well? Are you guys not being fed well? Because you look malnourished." But I could not eat anything. I was just throwing up. The food was terrible for me. The food there was just terrible. I could not eat. And then most of the time I'm just
serving you.
The issue with the boyfriend who is being seen with who and who and who and who, And of course, now the pregnancy is is taking control of everything. So now the stay there came to an end, and I had to come back to Kenya. So before I came back to Kenya, I had to talk to my boyfriend and tell him, you know what, I'll be coming back home, and I really want to know should I come and stay with you or should I go to my parents?
Because you need to add fertilizer so that the baby can grow, right? That was what was in your mind?
Yeah. Well, maybe. So I talked to him and we agreed I have to go and stay with him, which, I mean, to me, that was my prayer. I was like, God, please let this guy say yes. And so when I came back to Kenya, I only went like 1 week to see my parents, and then I went to live with him. Hapo ndipo maisha ilianza. That was the beginning of the end. So I'm here. I am pregnant. I'm with someone he's also fresh in the relationship. Remember, I got pregnant so fast, we had not learned each other. You understand? So it's like we are learning each other as we are facing the day-to-day challenges at the same time. Okay? It was so tough. At the same time, he is a breadwinner. At that time, I am not earning. Remember, I'm still a student. I'm a third-year student. Okay?
And he was a first year, right? Fourth year, you say?
No, he was a fourth year. He was a fourth-year student. No, wait,
and
he was also a third-year student.
He was earning bread.
Also a third-year.
Yes, was a breadwinner.
He was a breadwinner. He was
He
also
looks
a very
like he
aggressive
looks like the
person.
goal scorer more than a breadwinner. But it's okay. Who am I to judge? Let's find out what happens when this young lady decides to team up with a breadwinner, aka goal scorer, and find out if Nyanduko Nyabuto says tuned in. Karibu sana Nyanduko. We have Nyar Pam who tells me if release. Oh Jesus, son of Abraham. If resilience was a person, then it would be Jose. Thank you so much
Oh,
for that. Go,
oh,
go,
that's well.
girl. Sky is the limit. And Olive Kirwa, this is a very good friend of mine.
She's
Apparently,
the
she
one that
doesn't
wants
know
to.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
really?
very
I know this one. I know
popular.
the okay, sijui kama nachoma, but I know the husband. He's a good friend of mine. Say hi to my girl. It has been a while, but she is always on my mind. Olive, thank you so much for stepping here and supporting your girl. So, as your girl tells a story, we want to find out when they moved in, kwa goal scorer, sorry, the breadwinner, what happens then? In a moment.
Umenipa sauti, umenipa sauti, nikitaka kukusifu sauti nitapaza. Umenipa maneno, umenipa maneno, matendo yako kwangu mimi nitatangaza. Umenipa wimbo, umenipa wimbo, nikuimbie, nikuinue, nikusifue. Umenipa kibali, umenipa kibali, nitalisifu jina lako duniani kote. Borake mimi naishi, zako amri sigaidi, sifa takupa zaidi. Na borake mimi naishi, zako amri sigaidi, sifa takupa zaidi. Wimbo nikuimbie, shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee. Ona wimbo nikuimbie, shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee. Wimbo huu utasema jinsi mkuu, na wewe Mungu sitaona kama wewe. Kwa wimbo huu wacha uitwe Mungu, ulinipa nguvu zangu siku za unyonge, sasa niko huru, nimeona nuru, nitalisifu jina lako duniani kote. Borake mimi naishi, zako amri sigaidi, sifa takupa zaidi. Na borake mimi naishi, zako amri sigaidi, sifa takupa zaidi. Wimbo nikuimbie, shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee. Ona wimbo nikuimbie, shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee. Shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee.
And yes, welcome back. This is, of course, Against All Odds. My name is Likuyani Eli, and in case you're joining us, we are on the last quarter of this cast. So if you missed out, after this live cast, head on back to YouTube and Facebook. That is the Arts in Heart official on YouTube and the Arts in Heart on Facebook. Equally find this on Responding to Live, Tina Kagia's page, and among other groups that Arts in Heart calls them, the fans of Art in Heart. My guest, an interesting one, you just saw her going out, Wimboni Kwimbie. You can always get it on YouTube because she's doing amazing stuff. She's not just funny, she's very, very funny and a great singer for that matter. Josephine,
Am I funny?
Wambui. Very funny.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a new title for me. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Add it on your resume.
I will.
So you
Yes,
moved in and
yes.
Brayo is with you.
Brian is with me, but Brian is very aggressive, I must say. He was a very
Mm.
hardworking guy. He still is, by the way. He was
Clearly,
this
we could
person
say if he
who,
made you pregnant, he was hardworking.
and remember, he didn't even like deny. You know, most of the Brians would be like, "Yo, sort it out.
No,
I'm
those are
out."
kevos.
You
Those are
know,
kevos.
all
Mm.
those are cables.
Mm. Brayo,
I
it's
don't
a
know the difference.
little. It's kidogo
A
nyuma.
little bit
Mm.
better.
Mm.
Okay. So we moved in together, and I remember he was really working hard. He was very aggressive, just like me. You know, like he was this person who will. He's put up a business. He's still a
Mhm.
student. At that time, he was, you know, like struggling with businesses here and there. Just make sure that he's paying rent where we're staying. I'm having food to eat. Trust me, I looked at him and I could see, wow. I mean, I was just startled by how much he would put. He was going out there. And to be honest, I will not lie. I respect, to date, I still respect the efforts that he would put in every step of the way because I could see him do that. However, we still had so much friction, so much differences because we're still learning each other. Remember, I said he was also a big name in school. He was a public
Mm.
figure and he
Mhm.
has, you know, all the attention of ladies. And you guys don't know how to say no. Most of you don't even know how to say no.
Ah, mimi ni mpole. Mimi, I say no. You
Ah,
haven't
no,
tried me yet, but it's okay. Try me, you'll see. I'll say no.
Jitetee tu. So I mean, whatever the ladies tell him, he's busy on the phone. You know, I'm there. I want attention. You've not been with me the whole day, and he's just on the phone. He's just laughing. Is, you know, it would really
And
piss
you're
me
wondering
off.
what is making him so excited and
You
laugh
know?
all through to the end of the
Yeah, and
world.
he's not
Yet you
sharing
are
with
there.
me because the moment he laughs, I will look at him. I'm
Share the
expecting,
joke.
okay,
Yes, share the
share the
joke.
joke.
Like, dude.
Just realize he'll just now sit well and now continue with the rest of
Mm,
whatever he was reading, and I'm left
mhm,
there. So, however,
mm,
that became, I started now having another wound that was growing in me because I
mm,
felt like I have a person who is really enjoying attention with other people, and I
mm,
am not getting that attention, or either he's not also enjoying my company. And it started
mhm,
at a very early stage. A very early
mhm,
stage, I could already feel some things I had not seen. But all in all, I decided, you know what? I hear people say you have to push it until it works. It has to work. So I
mhm,
really had to put my all, and I used to pray about it. And you know, now, moving forward, at the time we were living in a bed sitter. Moving forward, we managed to get to, you know, a more spacious place. He
mhm,
finished school. I had not
mhm,
yet. What I did, I deferred. So that whole year, when I came from Finland, I
mhm,
came back in June. That was in 2013, June. So that whole year, I decided to defer because I could not go back to school. I realized I was really getting sick. And then I also had that feeling of, oh my God, I have a name in school. People have known me, Miss
mhm,
Maseno. What? I mean, I cannot imagine myself walking in the corridors of, and in the streets of Maseno with like a baby bump packed there, you know. I mean, right now I wouldn't mind. I mean, but at that time I was like, no, now nikichoma, you know what I mean? So
mhm.
like, let me just defer. So I
Yeah.
deferred him. He continued with his studies. And while he was in school, I remember when we were in primary being told, don't play with boys. These people will make
Mm.
you pregnant. They'll go and
Play with
finish.
men. Don't play with boys. Again, I repeat, play with men.
They leave you, you know, they'll leave you, they'll finish school, you'll be at home. Literally, that was my life. I was like, now see, I have been left, I am at home. Now he is finishing school. That was
You know
my
that
life.
thing? You know that thing they do
Yes,
like this?
yes. Did I not tell you?
That's
So
the time you
anyway,
use question tag. Didn't
yeah,
I?
yes. That was me. So I started having regrets ringing in my head slowly. You know, they start building up slowly.
Mhm,
You're not really paying attention, but it's coming, you know, it's
mhm,
coming. And then I remember when now we moved, we got a bigger place, and he finished school, and he was able now to put up business, and I remember that was in 2017. I got
Yeah.
pregnant again. Oh,
Hey.
sorry. Just before the goal was shot in 2015, I decided to go and finish up my studies. So I did my
Mhm,
last year, and I did it with my baby. With my
mhm.
baby, I did my last. No, that was in 2014 because my baby was still so young. I finished up my fourth year, so that I graduated in 2015. So in 2015, I was able
Wow.
to graduate.
I
Thank
must
God.
say thumbs up because not everybody will do that. Thumbs up
Yeah,
to
it
you.
was so hard. Trust me, it was crazy. It was hard. Going back to campus, I went with my
Mhm.
baby. I went with my baby when she was like 2 months. I'll never forget. I traveled with her in a bus, 2 months. And remember, when I got to school, people know me. That's why you can hear there are people saying if resilience was a person. These are people who have seen me on the runways, because I did Miss Maseno, I did some fashion show. So people, I have that kind of name in school, yeah. Then I had
Mm.
appeared in the magazine, so I have a kind of name. Let's just say I have a
And I
kind of
agree
name, yeah.
with you because Winnie tells me pregnant. Josie, see, I told you. I told you. I told you. Nyarpam goes ahead and say, Ellie, Ellie. What is the difference between sorry, I'm taken and no, I'm taken? We know you people, Banange. Banange. Godi says, Lusungu imekuwa ngumu. Kizungumukuti. Sometimes it happens, especially if you have Miss Maseno sitting right in front of you. These kind of things can get a little bit confusing. And we have Jacqueline Muturi who tells me, watching from Nanyuki Namnagani. And good job, Josephine. That was brave of you, deciding to go back to school and say, you know what, despite what happened, Niko hapa na siendi popote because I'm here to get till the end of the tape. So well done, Josephine. Wewe ndio huyo. Did you finally sit your exam? Did you get your certificate? Ulipata ile ya juu ama ya chini ama
I
katikati?
was a
Tell me
very
more about
brilliant,
that.
I was a very brilliant student, Eileen, from
That I can
way back.
tell. The
Yes.
only thing that
So
was not brilliant about you was biology. You should have asked
come
more.
on. No, I was very brilliant. I brought forth offsprings.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was
Mm-hmm.
brilliant. So, well, like I was saying, at that time, life was a bit tough because I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming from someone who people used to look at and adore, and every
Yeah.
young girl who comes to school, they want to be like you. And,
Yeah.
to someone who is like, what is happening again? What is this? So I was really
Mm-hmm.
struggling to try and look like everything is okay. And I'm this
Yeah.
woman who will be laughing and smiling, like you said, but
Mm-hmm.
inside there are things that are really killing me. But however,
Yeah.
I pushed through and I was able to sit for my exams. I actually got a second upper
Yeah.
honors. Yeah, so I passed so well. I was so proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was done with school and I was like, ooh, I'm done. And I don't even want to be employed. I don't even want to hear anyone tell me to go and do masters. I am just done. That
Yeah.
was it. I
Yeah.
went home, and just to prove that that was it, in 2017, I was pregnant with my second baby. Well, you have a question?
Nani. Yes, I have questions that really needs you to concentrate before you answer them. I'm a bit
Okay.
concerned. I'm a concerned member of the public.
Yes, let's hear your
You know,
concern.
you know, I'm looking at something here just because I know most of you want to hear that part of story in detail. And if that's what you feel you want to hear, remember you can always follow these conversations live on Facebook and YouTube every single Sunday. And we have our shows every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and of course on Sunday, 5 days a week. That's an awesome place to be on at In Heart. Unfortunately, time is not on our end. We will bring you Josephine next week on Against All Odds as she tells us about baby number 2. Josephine, I hope I'll see you there. You better
Yes, you
cross your calendar because this is a story that needs more of your time. So we are not saying goodbye. We are asking you to hold on that part. Now, come on, may miss the beginning of it. Head back to YouTube, subscribe so that every time we go live, you are able to see our live sessions. That is the Arts in Heart official. And You can always drop us an email on theartsinheart@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, The Arts in Heart, and of course on Instagram, thearts_in_heart. Josephine will be back next week as she tells us a story about baby number 2, because apparently not even a pregnancy could keep her marriage. Till next week, my name is Likuyani Eli, and this is Against All Odds.
Haya mapenzi kama bahari nazama, acha yanipige, nimeshakuwa mapenzi la huyu mvulana, sijui nifanyeje, unanishangaza tamu sweet minankolea, unaniliwaza jinsi mambo unavonipea, na jinsi tamu inavyoingia ni kama keki ya vanilla, na nikwambie jinsi najisikia nikiikosa nitalia, na jinsi tamu inavyoingia ni kama keki ya vanilla, na nikwambie jinsi najisikia nikiikosa nitalia. Nataka kidogo nipe tena